The 1-1 pitch for Contreras. A swing, and there's a high fly ball. That's hit to right field, but it's going to be caught by Renfroe, and that's the game. Contreras flies out to right, and this ball game has come to an end. And the Royals salvaged the game in the series, 2-1.
That's how it ended here this afternoon. 2-1 the final. Kansas City wins it. Welcome in to our Extra Innings show here on KMOX, and our Extra Innings show is presented by Gray Bar. Gray Bar, your distributor for electrical and datacom needs. Joe Pott with you, and if you want to be with us, that is 314-436-7900. You can do that. You can call us, and we'll talk about it. Or easier even than that is to jump on any social, KMOX Sports on YouTube, on X, on Facebook, and I will see you right here on my screen. You can comment there. We can chat about whatever it is you want to chat about, whether it is this Kansas City game this afternoon, whether it is this 7-2 road trip for the Redbirds, or whether it is looking ahead perhaps to the Detroit series and another test for this Cardinals team. Happy to do that in any way you would like to react. You can also hit me up if you want directly on X. It's Joe Pott on air, so we can do that as well if that's easier for you. Now, I said this on the network side, but a loss today, a 2-1 loss today, certainly does not diminish what the Redbirds did on this road trip, going 7-2 on the road trip. So I think, as I said then, there probably were some, kind of not doubters necessarily, but let's wait and see. When the Cards got the couple of games against the Mets, got the series, swept that series against Pittsburgh at home. Yes, Pittsburgh's not very good. Yes, the Cardinals are playing good at home. What do they do on the road? That was the question. What do they do on the road? So whether there was doubting or it was just a wait and see kind of moment or wait and see kind of situation, how do you feel right now? How do you feel after the Cardinals went to Philadelphia and won 2 of 3, went to Kansas City and won 2 out of 3, two really good teams? I know Washington's not very good, but what do they say? You got to win those games that you should win, right? And Washington represented that, and the Cardinals sweep that series. Caller on the line for us. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Who's up first? Randy is up first. Randy, welcome to KMOX.
How you doing, Joe?
I'm good.
I've got a couple questions real quickly. When will we get to see Quinn Matthews and McCurry up here for the Cardinals?
Yeah, good questions. Both of those, I was asking about Quinn Matthews, and I think Michael McGreevy, who's who you were referring to there. We've seen a little bit of Michael McGreevy, right? And we've also seen Gordon Graceffo, who I believe is still up in the bullpen. And I don't know what the answer is. I don't know right now, is there a need to see Quinn Matthews up here? Probably not. Probably more important for Quinn Matthews to continue to develop and continue to pitch consistently at the minor league level. I think that is probably what the answer would be if you ask John Mozeliak, or if you ask Oliver Marmol, or if you ask anybody else in the development side of the organization there, that would be their preference, is to continue to let him pitch consistently at the AAA level. So that would be my answer there. There is no pressing situation right now that asks you to bring him up. Michael McGreevy is a little bit of a different story, because I think there was certainly a time when I would have told you that I would rather see Michael McGreevy in this rotation than a Miles Michaelis, and maybe then a Steven Matz when they were doing the 6-man and they had Steven Matz in there every turn through the rotation. Now, and as I mentioned this yesterday, I would have to look again, but Miles Michaelis has really, really turned things around. And if you take out the Boston start, forget about it. He has been lights out. So I would kind of pull back on that a little bit. But I thought coming into this year that Michael McGreevy had pretty much proven what he needed to prove to be up here, because he pitched an entire season last year at the AAA level, which answers one of those questions you have about younger guys, is what happens when they get to that inning threshold. And inevitably, they're going to get to that point where now they've thrown more innings than they ever have in their professional lives previously. So he got to that last year, held up great. Also finished the year with, I think, 5 or 6 starts at the big league level, performing very well at the big league level. So I thought that he had gotten to that point where, okay, he's proven what you want to see, and I'd rather see the young guy in the rotation at the start of the year. Now, again, the rotation has been very good. The pitching staff in general has been very good. So I think that that's less pressing as well. But I would have probably agreed more with you on Michael McGreevy earlier in the year. And then I think, again, that's what probably is holding Quinn Matthews back is just there's no pressing need and probably doing more for him to just continue to pitch consistently at the AAA level. But I appreciate Randy giving us a call. You're welcome to get in as well. Do what Randy did, 314-436-7900. Or as I said, real easy, hit us up on the socials, and I'll see your comment right here on the screen, and we can talk about whatever it is you want to chat about. Facebook, X, what am I missing? YouTube, Camo X Sports. That's where you find us. That's where we're live. You can take a look. I'm here. Johnny Camp's our producer on the other side of the studio from us here, but we're happy to take your comments as well. So another test coming up this week at Busch Stadium as Detroit comes to town to play a 3-game series with the Redbirds. When you look at the standings, they're right atop the American League overall. They have the best record in the American League at 30-16 as we play right now. They've won today already. They beat the Blue Jays rather today 3-2. So they've got the best record in the American League coming in. So you talk about, okay, this was a test. The Cardinals going on the road. This was a test. Here comes another test. So if at this point you're still saying, okay, so maybe they're a little bit better, let's continue to see. So here's another 3 games that perhaps you can see. Is this team for real? Are the Cardinals really doing something here? Or is this just a hot flash? I think they're really doing something here. And I said that yesterday. And I think you look at the way they're winning, the different ways they're winning, whether it's lots of hits, lots of runs as they did on Friday night, whether it's great defense and pitching. They got both in the last 2 games. They just happened to be on the wrong side of a 1-run game today. They were on the right side of a 1-run game yesterday, the Jordan Walker home run giving them that 1-0 lead. You're going to face Skubal. You're going to see Flaherty, your old friend, back here at Busch Stadium. We know that for sure. Don't know yet who's going to pitch tomorrow in that game. Sonny Gray, Eric Fetty, Andre Palante are the 3 for the Redbirds in this series. Let's take a quick break here. We'll come back. We'll see if we've got any more comments, questions, concerns, anything like that here from Cardinal Nation. It is the Extra Innings show here on KMOX. The Cards fall today by a final of 2-1. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back after this on KMOX.
The pitch. Donovan rips it down the right field line, and that's going to put him in scoring position. The ball goes off the wall, and Donnie has a 1-out double.
That was the 9th inning. That could have been the game-tying run. That was the 4th hit of the day for Brendan Donovan here this afternoon. We're back in on the Extra Innings show. It is presented by Gray Bar. Gray Bar, your distributor for electrical and datacom needs. Joe Pott with you here in the KMOX studios. Johnny Camp is with us here holding things down all afternoon. And you can be with us as well before we wrap things up here, 314-436-7900, or get in on the socials, KMOX Sports on Facebook, on X, on YouTube, and you can comment right there on the live stream, and we'll be able to talk about that if you want. And if not, we'll wrap things up and we'll move on to next week. We'll tell you what's on deck. It's brought to you by Chesterfield Fence and Deck, the sign you have the very best, chesterfieldfence.com. Already mentioned it a little bit, but the Tigers are coming to town for a 3-game series starting tomorrow night. 6:45 is the first pitch. 5:50 is our pregame coverage tomorrow. Sonny Gray will go for his 5th win of the year. He's 4-1 with a 4.5 ERA. And that ERA would look much better if you take out that last start in Philly, where that was one of those we thought was going to be a great pitching matchup. Aaron Nola, Sonny Gray, and it turned into a slugfest. And so the ERA went up a little bit for Sonny Gray. Eric Fetty and Andre Palante will have the Tuesday and Wednesday afternoon games, respectively, in that series against the Detroit Tigers. So 7-2 on the road. Fantastic road trip for the Cardinals, even without the win here this afternoon. You win all 3 series on the road. You continue to gain ground. You continue to improve things both on the pitching side and on the offensive side. Just a slow day at the for the offense today. They did go 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position, which, again, I know we've talked a lot about that the last 2 years. It's a lot easier to swallow when that's not happening every other day or 3-4 games in a row as it has been or as it had over the last couple of years. As it is, that's not the case here today. In fact, yesterday, they didn't have an at-bat with a runner in scoring position. The only run scored on a solo homer, so they had no at-bats with runners in scoring position, so can't do anything about that. And yesterday, they won the game like that. Today, they lose a game like that. Again, tomorrow, 6:45 first pitch, 5:50 with the pregame show here on Camo X. Big thanks to the voice of the Cardinals, John Rooney, to Rick Horton, to Mike Claiborne, to Ryan Schulte, all there in Kansas City at Kauffman. Thanks to Johnny Camp, keeping us in line and on time all afternoon. I'm Joe Pott. In fact, I will talk to you all week long on Total Information AM. I'll have the sports for you all week long here on Camo X. Hope you keep it right here. It's your home of the Cardinals, 104.1 FM, Camo X.